Welcome, everyone. Hi, I'm Mia, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. We're diving into a life-changing topic: how to work in a routine and schedule every day. Whether you're balancing school, work, family, or personal goals, a well-structured routine can boost your productivity, reduce stress, and inspire you to chase your dreams. As an English learner, you'll also pick up practical phrases, vocabulary, and confidence to talk about your daily plans in English. My goal is to motivate you to take control of your day and feel unstoppable. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. A routine is like a roadmap for your day. It gives you clarity, keeps you focused, and helps you achieve your goals without feeling overwhelmed. But sticking to a schedule can be challenging, especially when life gets hectic. I've been there, juggling deadlines, errands, and learning new skills. Today, I'll share science-backed strategies, real-life stories, and my own tips to help you build a routine that works for you. We'll practice English phrases to make you sound confident when discussing your plans, and I'll inspire you to see your routine as a tool for growth. Let's dive in. Let's start with the science behind routines. Your brain thrives on habits. Neuroscientists say habits form in the basal ganglia, a part of your brain that manages automatic behaviors. When you repeat actions, like waking up at the same time or planning your tasks, your brain creates neural pathways, making those actions easier over time. This is called the habit loop. A cue triggers a behavior, which leads to a reward. For example, your alarm clock rings, you get up and make coffee, and you feel energized to start the day. Understanding this loop helps you design routines that stick. One powerful scientific method is implementation intentions. Psychologists say planning exactly when and where you'll do a task increases your chances of following through. Instead of saying, "I'll study English later," say, "I'll study English at 7 p.m. in my living room." This clarity signals your brain to act. I use this for my writing. I say, "I'll write at 10 a.m. at my desk," and it's become a habit. Try saying this. "I'll plan my day at 8 a.m. in my kitchen." That's an implementation intention. It's like setting a GPS for your brain. Another method is time blocking, where you assign specific times for tasks, like 9 a.m. for emails or 3 p.m. for studying. Research shows time blocking reduces decision fatigue, which happens when your brain gets tired from making too many choices. By planning your day, you save mental energy for what matters. When I started my job, I was overwhelmed with tasks. I began time blocking: 10 a.m. for emails, 2 p.m. for meetings, 6 p.m. for exercise. It felt like I gained extra hours. Try saying, "I'll study at 5 p.m. for 1 hour." That's time blocking, and it keeps you organized. Now let's talk real life. Imagine you're a student with assignments, classes, and a part-time job. Without a routine, you might forget deadlines or feel stressed. But with a schedule, you could say, "I'll study math from 4 to 5 p.m., then relax with friends." That structure gives you control. In college, I struggled to balance studying and work. I started writing a daily schedule: 8 a.m. breakfast, 9 a.m. study, 6 p.m. job. It wasn't perfect, but it reduced my chaos. One day, I finished an essay early and had time for a movie. That felt like a victory. Self-efficacy is a psychological concept about believing in your ability to succeed. Small wins, like sticking to your schedule for a day, boost self-efficacy. Start with one task, like I'll make my bed at 7 a.m. When I began making my bed daily, it gave me a sense of accomplishment that carried into my work. My friend Sarah used this to build a study routine. She started with 15 minutes of English vocabulary each morning, and soon she was studying for an hour without stress. Say this: I'm confident in my ability to follow my routine. Small steps build big confidence. The Pomodoro technique is another scientific method. You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Studies show this boosts focus by breaking tasks into manageable chunks. I use Pomodoro for writing scripts. I set a timer for 25 minutes, focus, then stretch or grab water. It prevents burnout. My cousin Alex uses it for his studies. He works 25 minutes, then plays a quick game. Try saying, I'll study English for 25 minutes at 6 p.m., then take a break. That's how you start Pomodoro, and it's a game changer for productivity. Motivation is key to sticking to a routine. Psychologists talk about intrinsic motivation, doing something because you love it, and extrinsic motivation, doing it for a reward. I study Spanish because I enjoy it, but I also treat myself to coffee afterward. Find what drives you. Maybe you love feeling organized, or maybe a treat like chocolate after tasks keeps you going. Say this: I'll finish my work at 5 p.m. and reward myself with a treat. My neighbor Priya, a new mom, used rewards to stick to her routine. She scheduled 10 a.m. for work during her baby's nap and rewarded herself with a show afterward. Now she runs a small business from home. Real-life example. My brother Sam was overwhelmed with his job and studies. He started a simple routine: 7 a.m. breakfast, 9 a.m. work, 8 p.m. study. He used time blocking and rewards, like gaming after tasks. Within months, he was more productive and less stressed. He even inspired his coworkers to try scheduling. Say this: I celebrate my progress in my routine. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated. Body language affects how you approach your routine. Scientists say confident postures, like standing tall or sitting straight, boost your mood and productivity. When you slouch, your brain feels less energized. Before planning your day, stand tall and say, I'm ready to own my schedule. I do this every morning, and it sets a positive tone. My friend Liam struggled with procrastination. He started standing tall while planning, and it made him feel in control. Try saying, I'm energized to plan my day. Confident posture fuels your routine. Your voice matters when talking about your plans. A clear, steady voice shows you're in charge. Say this: I have a plan for my day, and I'm excited to follow it. Speaking slowly adds authority. I used to rush when explaining my schedule to coworkers, but slowing down made me sound organized. My student Aisha practiced this and said, I'm committed to my routine, in a team meeting. Her boss was impressed. Try saying, my schedule keeps me focused. A strong voice reflects a strong plan. Avoid filler words like or when discussing your routine. They make you sound unsure. Instead, take a brief pause to gather your thoughts. Say this: My schedule today is work at 9 a.m. and studying at 3 p.m. I used this in a meeting, and my colleague said I sounded prepared. My friend Priya practiced this to explain her work-from-home schedule, and it made her sound professional. Try saying, "I'm organized and ready for my day." Pausing adds clarity and confidence. Vocabulary is crucial for sounding confident about your routine. Use strong words like committed instead of "I'll try," or focused instead of busy. Say this: "I'm committed to following my schedule." Other great words: productive, getting things done; disciplined, sticking to plans; and motivated, driven to succeed. Try saying, "I'm a productive person." Now say, "I'm a disciplined scheduler." I used these words when discussing my goals with my boss, and it showed I was serious. Strong vocabulary shapes how others see you. Positive self-talk is a scientific method to stay motivated. Psychologists say kind words to yourself boost resilience. Before starting your day, say, "I've got this," or "I'm organized and ready." I say, "Mia, you're going to crush your day," and it gets me pumped. My student Liam used self-talk to stick to his study schedule. He'd say, "I'm proud of my effort," and it helped him pass his exams. Try saying, "I'm ready to stick to my plan." Self-talk is like having a personal cheerleader. Tone makes your routine discussions engaging. A monotone voice sounds dull, but varying your pitch, higher for excitement, lower for emphasis, makes you inspiring. Say this: "I'm so excited to start my day." Raise your pitch on excited and lower it on day. I practice this when leading team meetings, and it made my plans sound dynamic. My friend Sarah used this when explaining her study schedule, and her classmates joined her sessions. Try saying, "I love my routine." Record yourself. Does your tone sound lively? Cultural tips are important. In English-speaking countries, being direct about your schedule shows confidence. Instead of "maybe I'll work later," say, "I'll work from 2 to 4 p.m. I learned this from an American colleague. I used to say, "Perhaps I'll finish this soon," but they suggested, "I'll complete this by 5 p.m. It built trust. Try saying, "I'll study at 6 p.m. Being specific sounds professional. Punctuality is a cultural value in places like the US or UK. Sticking to your schedule shows respect for others' time. I was once late for a study group, and it disrupted our plan. Now, I set reminders to stay on track. Say this: "I respect my schedule." My coworker Alex uses calendar alerts to start meetings on time, and his team appreciates it. Punctuality strengthens your routine. Let's practice explaining your routine confidently. Imagine someone asks, "What's your day like?" Say, "They start my day at 7 a.m. with breakfast, work from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and study English at 5 p.m. I'm excited about my plan." I used this when a friend asked about my day, and they said I sounded organized. Try saying, "My routine keeps me on track." Clear explanations inspire others. Exposure therapy helps build routine habits. Psychologists say doing small tasks consistently reduces resistance. Start by scheduling one task, like, "I'll write a to-do list at 8 a.m. I started planning my mornings, and now I schedule my whole day. My student Aisha began with a 10-minute study session daily, and now she plans her entire week. Try saying, I'll plan one task at 8 a.m. Small steps create lasting habits. Handling setbacks is part of any routine. Life happens. Maybe you miss a study session or oversleep. Don't give up. Say, "It's okay. I'll try again tomorrow." I skipped my workout for a week once, but I restarted by saying, "One day at a time." My friend Priya missed her work schedule during a busy month, but got back on track by focusing on one task. Try saying, "I'll keep going despite setbacks." Resilience keeps you motivated. Asking for help shows confidence. If your schedule feels overwhelming, say, "Can you help me plan my day?" to a friend or colleague. I asked my sister to review my routine, and she suggested adding breaks. It made my day smoother. My coworker Liam asked his boss for scheduling tips, and it helped him prioritize. Try saying, "Can you help me organize my day?" Support strengthens your routine. Personality traits shine through routines. Discipline, sticking to your plan, makes you reliable. Say, "I always study at 6 p.m. because it helps me grow." I shared this with my team, and they trusted me with bigger tasks. Try saying, "I'm disciplined because I stick to my routine." Discipline is inspiring. Adaptability is another trait. If your schedule changes, adjust calmly. Say, "I'll shift my study to 7 p.m." My friend Aisha's work hours changed, but she adapted her routine and stayed productive. Try saying, "I'm adaptable and ready for change." Adaptability makes you resilient. Enthusiasm lights up your personality. Talk about your routine with energy, like, "I love starting my day with a plan." I shared this with a classmate, and they joined my study sessions. Try saying, "I'm excited about my routine." Enthusiasm is contagious and inspires others. Let's do a listener Q&A. Imagine you asked, "Mia, how do I stick to a routine when I'm busy?" Start small. Schedule one task, like, "I'll study for 10 minutes at 8 p.m." Use a timer to stay focused. I do this when my day's packed, and it keeps me on track. Try saying, "I'll schedule one task today." Another question, how do I stay motivated? Use rewards. After finishing a task, treat yourself to a snack or music. Say, "I'll reward myself after studying." My brother Sam rewards himself with gaming after work, and it keeps him going. One more. What if I procrastinate? Break tasks into tiny steps. Instead of "I'll study English," say, "I'll read one page at 5 p.m." I used this to stop delaying my writing, and it worked. Try saying, "I'll start with one small task." Let's practice one final time. Say these confidently. I'm committed to my routine. I adapt to changes. I'm excited to plan my day. Amazing work. Keep practicing daily to stay inspired. My top tip, celebrate every step. Each task you complete, each day you follow your schedule, builds a stronger you. You're creating a life you love, and that's powerful. I'm so proud of you for listening today. Keep planning, keep growing, and you'll achieve your dreams. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe for more English lessons and share in the comments. What's one task you'll schedule tomorrow? See you next time. Bye for now.